ครับสาธุ สวัสดีครับอาจารย์ครับเป็นไรครับ
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to another Zoom meeting where we discuss the Buddhist teaching of the Buddha, the practice following the teaching of the Buddha every Tuesday at this time. Everyone is welcome to join. If you have any question, you can ask. We will begin with the first person in the room, which is Felicia Chan from Malaysia.
Good evening, Ajaan. My meditation progress is very good. Since I can directly enter into emptiness, I'm very happy and calm all day long. I can feel my attachment to many things is getting lesser than last time. And emotion is very stable. For example, not affected by family, friendship, and material. I'm only interested in meditation. Thank you very much for your Dharma teaching, Ajaan. Sadhu.
You're welcome. So you have no question, you just want to report. Is that right?
Pardon?
You just want to report your
Yeah. Today no question. I just want to report my progress.
Okay. Happy to hear that you are
Okay,
doing well.
thank you. Okay, one more question. Sorry, Pak Ajaan. What happened to me? I don't know. Every time, before I get up, let's say I have a dream. The dream normally can happen one. Let's say I get up 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock. Before I get up that time, the dream happened in my beginning. I get up lah. But the percentage very high. Is happen one. Like this morning, also I have a dream. The dream, this is not first time, few times already about my friend. The accident. A year ago, I also dreamed her. But I tell her, then I mentioned to her, luckily not accident by the car. Slightly involves the accident. This is the third time. And this morning, I dream her die. I don't know whether I want to tell her or not, but I really scared. Every time, so far, before I get up that time, suddenly the dream happen. The dream can be happen one. Not I normally I think a lot then happen in my dream or no. But I observe this kind of dream is every time is before I get up. Before I get up, I don't know because I after the dream over, I suddenly get up already. How come this dream like that? That's why I alert every time the dream before I get up happen in my before I get up the dream happen in my mind that should be happen one. Like this morning I dream my friend accident. So already die and then die also nobody help. But until now I also don't know want to tell her or not. But about her this is the time. Normally like my father, my mother, I dream them and my father 2 times around first time just okay I looked lah, but second time just a month then my father passed away. Normally also like that. I also don't know what to do now. But I see my friend also I very what's to say no learning Dharma. This is to me is a what to say, I don't, my English no good because COVID not so dangerous no Dharma is very dangerous to me. If COVID is just a body this life only. No Dharma, no learning Dharma, no practice Dharma. This is don't know how long this is Dukkha. That's why this is my good friend. She's my good friend. I don't know want to tell her or not. So, Brother Ajaan, what happened? Is it before I get up? The dream will happen one. Before I get up. Not in the middle of night. No, because before beginning, over the dream, then I get up already. Every time like that.
Okay,
the dream,
just enough. Just know it for what it is and leave it alone. Okay.
Leave it alone.
As anicca, dukkha, anatta. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. No need to mention to her.
No, just anicca, dukkha, anatta. Everything rise and cease. Everything is not in your control.
Okay.
So
Thank you. Thank you.
just
Thank you
leave
for
it
your
alone.
guidance. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
York Bay from New York. York Bay. Brenda Felicia Chan. I cannot hear your voice. Can you speak? Can you speak up?
Brajat?
Yes, okay. We can hear you now.
Yes, good evening, Brajan. The last 2 weeks I went back to Malaysia. That's why I didn't attend with the Dharma talk. Now I just came back for a week. And also I could see my mother. The good thing, the mother, the brain is still clearly, very clearly. Only she could not walk. So what can I can help her do more well with her?
It's up to her. It's not up to you. Whether she wants to do it or not, it's up to her.
Oh,
You
okay.
cannot do it for her. She has to do it for herself.
But she have some money. I could help her for the donate with the sangha and something else, right?
Well, it's up to her. It has to come from her initiation. It's not for you to tell her what to do.
Oh, okay.
You can recommend, you can advise, but whether she will do it or not, that's her business.
Yes, I also saw the picture for every sangha, the things donation. She see the pictures very clearly. That's why maybe she's certified with that. Yeah.
I don't know what you mean by picture.
No, I mean that when I donate some from the sangha, donate the food, donate something else at the temple. I saw the picture. My friend showed me the picture. I saw her. She see very clearly. That's why maybe her mind imagines the mind is good for her, right?
But it's not her donation, that is your donation. So she doesn't get anything from your donation. She has to donate herself to.
But the money belong to her. I help her to do the donation because now she cannot watch, she cannot do something else.
She has to tell you that she wants to donate the money.
Oh, okay. Okay.
She has to have the intention.
Okay.
Okay.
And
if you do it for her, and she just acknowledge it's not from her heart, it's from your heart.
Okay. And also one more question about my niece. She passed away. Why is the face very ugly? So that means she have to go to the bottom or no? The karma bring her to down?
No, everybody's face will become ugly after you die. So it's your good or bad karma that will decide which way you would go, to heaven or you go to lower realm of existence. It's your good or bad karma, not how your body look at the time of death.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Brother John. Thank you.
Okay. Next, really from Indonesia.
Good evening, Ajaan. Today I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Okay, Sajalka, you have any question? Looks like you're off somewhere, not on the screen. Oh, here you are.
The question is, Danajan, thank you for your teaching that that aging, sickness, and death is an attribute of all living beings, including humans. Everything that's born actually must die.
Yes, now, everything, even in animals.
So
shut up, bitch.
We have some James Johnson. I think has to unmute. Okay, he's gone now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now the anicca, dukkha, anatta is connecting these two in this manner that these are not sure things, and these are they're non-self. So as a result, anything that is coming into being through birth and stuff and associating oneself with that can only lead to dukkha. Is that the kind of a simple way to look at it, or not?
Everything is impermanent. Everything rises and ceases. Okay, and everything has no self in themselves. Everything is natural phenomena. They're the combination of the 4 or 5 elements, which come to join together and form something like a body, a human body, or an animal body. If without the mind joining, it will become the trees and plants. And all these things, once they combine, they will one day have to separate. They will have to end. So everything will come and go, will appear and disappear eventually. If you are attached to any of them, when they disappear, when they dissolve, then you will become sad. Like we become sad because we are attached to our body. We are attached to other people's body. So when our body or the other people's body pass away, we become sad because we don't know or we don't see the impermanent nature of everything, including this body. So that's why we have to keep teaching the mind that when you are attached to anything that exists, you are liable to suffering, to dukkha, because everything that exists will one day not exist. So everything are the work of nature, anatta. They are the work of nature. There is no self in anything. No self in the body, no self in the tree, no self in the water, in the land, nothing. Everything is just, they are work of nature. They are made up from the 4 elements, the 5 elements, or the 6 elements. So the goal is to teach your mind to not to be attached to anything. But the mind, due to delusion and due to past karma, been used to attach to things because the mind used them to make them happy, make the mind happy. So the mind attached to money, to things that the mind can become, that can make the mind happy. But when these things that the mind attached to disappear, then the mind becomes sad. The mind becomes sick, stressful, and to the point where sometimes the mind doesn't want to continue on living. That's because the mind relies on impermanent things to make it happy. So when this impermanent thing disappears, then the mind lost the happiness that it used to have. So it becomes sad and lost the will to live if it cannot find replacement. But first the mind will try to find replacement, right? If you lose something, you'll replace it with something right away. If you can afford to do it, you do it. But when you cannot replace, then you are left empty-handed. And then that's when you feel miserable to the point where you want to kill yourself. Because there's no point living in misery. So people say it's better for me to die. But dying doesn't solve the problem. You just push the bucket down the road, kick the bucket down the road. Because when this body dies, the mind still have this clinging, this attachment, and this reliance on other things to make it happy. We will go on and look for other things to make it happy again, by taking rebirth. Once we are reborn, we start to attach and cling to things to make us happy again. So this will just keep on going on and on. But as soon as you teach yourself that everything that you cling on will make you miserable one day, then it's better not to cling on to them, not rely on them to make you happy. So you have to find something to replace them. And the Buddha said the best replacement is the peace of mind that you get from meditation. And that's what we are trying to do now, we are trying to get replacement for whatever we have right now. Because whatever we have right now will one day be gone. Or you'll be gone. Your body will be gone. Then you have nothing to rely on to make you happy. Then you will become miserable. But if you have found this new type of happiness, happiness that you develop through meditation, mindfulness meditation, then you don't have to rely on anything to make yourself happy. You can be happy without anything. Then if you should lose anything that you have now, will not hurt you, will not make you miserable, because you have this happiness inside of you all the time. The happiness that you can create anytime you want by using mindfulness to stop your thoughts. Once your mind stops thinking, then the mind becomes still, peaceful, and happy. So you have to look at everything that you rely on now as anicca, impermanent, as anatta. They are not under your control. You cannot tell them that to stay with you forever, to make you happy forever. Even sometimes when they stay with you, they can make you miserable also, because they used to perform what they should be performing. And one day things break down, like your automobile. When your automobile breaks down, then instead of happiness from it, you get misery from it, because you cannot use it. You have to fix it. You have to spend money on fixing it. So everything is like this. Everything will break down and eventually disappear or cease to exist. If you rely on them, you will be sad, you will be miserable. But if you don't rely on them, then you will not be sad or miserable, because you can always be happy with meditation. Okay?
Yeah, thank you, Ajaan. Thank
And
you.
you do that, and you teach your mind that everything that you have right now that makes you happy, will one day be not able to give you the same happiness that you can have now. Have you thought
That's what-
about it that way? Look at your body. Your body gonna get older and older, sicker and sicker. And it will not be able to take you to places, to holiday, to parties. Then what you do? You have no way of getting happiness. And if you don't know how to meditate, then you will be miserable all the time. So you don't want to live, right? Living in misery, what is the point, right? That's why they have suicide hospital now. Country where allow people to commit suicide legally. Where you can go and then pay the money to die. We used to pay money to live. Now we have to pay money to die, because living is so miserable. But if you start learning how to meditate and succeed in being able to make your mind calm anytime you want, make your mind happy anytime you want, then you will not be miserable when your body becomes old, becomes sick, or incapacitated. You can still be happy because you don't rely on the body to make you happy anymore. So you have to start finding this replacement. What you have now one day will not serve you the happiness that it used to serve you. So you better look for a new replacement that will always be with you, that you can always have, and will never leave you. And this is the peace of mind that you get from meditation practice. Okay, this is the whole purpose of why we are here. We're here to learn how to get a replacement, a permanent replacement, not a temporary replacement like we are doing. We lose something, we buy something to replace it. The phone break down, we buy a new phone. The house burn down, we buy a new house. You can replace them, but they are all temporary replacement. You have to keep replacing them. And your body is also one day will break down. And you have to replace it with a new body by taking rebirth. And you keep replacing temporary things all the time. And every time you have to replace, that's when you become miserable. And when you're thinking about having to lose them, even not before you're losing them, you already feel bad. But if you find a permanent replacement, which is peace of mind, then you will never worry about anything anymore, whether they will break down, whether they will cease to exist. It will not bother you because you don't rely on them to make you happy anymore. All right. Any more questions?
Thank you, Ajaan. Thank you.
Yen Yen So from Penang. Any question from you, Kek?
Ajaan, good evening. No questions. Yeah, nice to meet Ajaan again. Yeah.
Okay. Go to Jamat and Jati. Jamat and Jati. You have your parents with you today.
Good evening, Ajaan.
Okay. Who would like to go ahead?
We are attending the Zoom today because we are not available tomorrow night.
I see. So you have
For my homework, I studied about Mangala Suchart, the 38 blessings. We
Yes.
have two questions about the first blessing. One,
Okay.
to avoid the company of fools. We would like to ask Ajaan if fools refers to bad people around us or our bad thoughts and emotions, like greed, hatred, and delusion.
That's right. People who doesn't know the law of karma, who doesn't know good from wrong, right from bad, good from bad, right from wrong. People they tend to do bad things when they don't know the consequence of doing bad things. What will happen to them? So, and if you associate with them, then they will drag you with them. Like if they like to drink alcohol, they'll ask you to join them. If they like to gamble, they will ask you to join them. But this activity will lead you to suffering sooner or later. So you try not to associate with people who do bad karma. You only associate with people who do good karma. People like to study, like to work hard, like to learn, like to do charity work for other people, like to help other people. Things like this. These are good people or smart people. But the most smart people to associate with are the Buddha, Dhamma, and his noble disciple. Because they will teach you the right thing, the good thing, and lead you to peace and happiness forever.
Question number 2.
Okay.
To associate with the wise. We would like to ask Ajaan if wise refers to monks such as Ajaan, because ordinary people still have greed, hatred, and delusion. So we can't call them wise.
Yes, I just mentioned the Buddha, his teaching, and his noble disciple are considered the wise people in this second blessing. So that's why you have to go to temple to study from them, because they have the right type of knowledge. The knowledge that you learn in school is only half right. It can teach you how to make money, but it doesn't teach you how to be good, to be kind, to be happy without having money. So, but you have to also learn from your school and to learn how to make a living. But you have to learn from the Buddha and his noble disciple how to live a happy life. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Pak Ajahn.
Okay. So you won't be attending tomorrow night. Okay. Right. Next. Om and Aim. Om and Aim. Om and Aim. Also.
Hello พระอาจารย์ เปิดเสียงยัง
How are you?
I'm good
Okay. You come back now.
yes
What did your daddy do? Tell you to do?
hmm?
What did your daddy tell you to do?
Vacation
Uh-huh. You have good time with your daddy?
yes
Okay. Did you want to come back to your mother, or would you rather stay with your daddy?
I want to stay with both
Both. So you have to take your daddy with you when you come back.
I have a question พระอาจารย์
Okay.
if I make my mom sad or mad is it a sin
Yes. To make people sad is not good. So you should make people happy. But if you do nothing and they become mad at you, that's the problem. But if you do something to her and make her mad or sad, then it's not good.
okay
So try to do things that make her happy. Like if she asks you to stop playing games and study more, if you do this for her, then she will become happy.
okay
And you will also be happy. Because when you see your mom happy, you also feel happy, right?
yes
When your mom is not happy, you don't feel happy yourself, right?
yes
Okay. So try to do things that will make your mom happy.
okay
I study hard. Yeah. Right? Don't play too much. Play just a little bit, just for relaxation. But do more study, and maybe you can help your mom work in the house, like help washing dishes or helping clean the room or something. Clean your own room. Don't let your mom come and have to clean your own room. This will make her happy.
okay
Okay?
all right
What about Aim? You have any question?
no
No question yet. Okay. All right then. I'll see you next week. Okay? Or tomorrow night.
bye bye
Bye bye. Okay. Next, Kok Seng from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajaan. I have no questions tonight.
Okay. Professor Kenneth. Are you wise? Because you're a professor, right? Professor isn't considered to be wise.
I think
Has knowledge but no wisdom.
I think there's only one real professor in this room. It's the professor of Dhamma studies, Ajaan Suchart.
That's probably the difference between knowledge and wisdom. Wisdom is to see the Four Noble Truths, really. This is the true wisdom. Because if you understand and able to practice the Four Noble Truths, you will never have any suffering.
Yeah.
But if you have not the knowledge, PhD, you can still have suffering. You can still be sad. You can still be worrying and anxious and fearful.
Yes.
So you have anything you want to ask or say?
Yes, Ajaan, I have one question today. I wanted to ask about the relationship between upekkha and kamma.
Karma, action.
Yeah, because in the chant on the 4 Brahma Viharas, the section on upekkha really just mentions kamma, sape, satta, kamma, sakka, and so on. So I was just wondering, what's the relation between upekkha and kamma in that sense?
It means that when you want to maintain upekkha, when you feel that you want to get involved, helping someone, but you know that you're not able to help them. So you should then contemplate on the law of karma, that this person has his own karma, and now he's reaping the consequence of his karma. And that's not your intervention won't be able to change anything.
Mm.
So you should just remain aloof, remain not indifferent, but remain still, not do anything, because doing anything will not be productive, or even can be counterproductive. So it's better not to do anything or to say anything. When you find that you cannot really do anything for that person, like if he's gonna go to jail, what can you say? You might just send him off and take him to jail, or send him some support like ration, some monthly ration or something, gift or something like that. But you cannot help him not getting into jail.
Okay.
So you just and you shouldn't feel bad yourself because you cannot help that person, because it's impossible. It's beyond your means to do something. Sometimes people feel bad and feel guilty. Oh, I couldn't help him. You have to use upekkha when you cannot help anybody. Don't feel guilty because it's something that you cannot do anything about. So you use the contemplation on the law of karma, that all beings have their own karma, subjected to their own karma. The consequence of the karma are the result of what they did of the karma. So if they do good karma, they will reap the benefit of good karma. If they do bad karma, they will reap the consequence of bad karma. So this is a way of stopping your mind from reacting emotionally to events that you cannot do anything about. But to be truly upekkha, you need the 4th jhana. Once you have the 4th jhana, you don't need to contemplate on this. You just say, well, if it's not something you can do anything about, then you just don't do it. That's all. But if you haven't yet got that jhana, upekkha from jhana, then you might have to use this law of karma to convince your mind to remain, no reaction to the event. Just merely accepting the fact, the fate. This is usually for people who hasn't yet have jhana. They don't have the real upekkha, so they need to have this, which is like wisdom, really. The law of karma, contemplating on the law of karma is a form of wisdom. Remember, we talk about wisdom develops samadhi. This is it. Use wisdom to bring the mind to upekkha, to samadhi. Is this clear enough for you?
This is very clear, Ajaan. Thank you very much.
Okay. That will be all for now.
That's all. Thank you, Ajaan.
Okay.
Thank you.
Next, Johanna from Indonesia.
Good evening, Ajaan. I don't have any question right now. Thank you.
Okay. Nandapat from Ubon Ratchathani, Northeastern Thailand.
นมัสการกับท่านอาจารย์ I don't have any question today ค่ะ
Okay. Monica from Malaysia.
Good evening, ท่านอาจารย์ Today I have a question regarding the Kamatana, Buddho, Dhammo, and Sangho. We're supposed to focus on the heart, but where exactly is this point of the heart where we should focus?
The heart has no location like the body. The heart has the feelings, the thinking as the focus. So when you recite Buddha, Dhammo, Sangho, you use that as your focus. Use the word that you recite as the focus, because what you recite is what the mind is thinking. So if you stay with the mantra, then you're focusing on the mind to stop thinking. You're preventing the mind from thinking about other things. It's just a technique by using the thinking mind to think only about the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. So it cannot go think about making money. It cannot go think about worrying about sickness, aging, or death. So then the mind can become calm and peaceful and can stop thinking by reciting the mantra Buddha, Dhammo, Sangho, or chanting.
So it is, let's say if we were to display the word Buddha across the mind, is that also another way?
Displays, replace, displays.
That is seeing the Buddha word in the mind.
You want to use the English word or what word? Why do you want to use the word, look at the word? Because you used to look at pictures, so you want to see the picture.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm quite a visual person. Okay. So
why don't you think of the Buddha image then?
Oh, Buddha image. Okay.
And focus on maintaining that focused image that Buddha image in your mind, and doesn't let it fade away. Then you can be concentrated. Your mind can be concentrated and become calm. This is more like a casino, like using colors. Some people use color by imagining a certain color in your mind and try to maintain that color all the time while you're meditating. Then your mind cannot go think about other things. You become absorbed with the color in your mind until you enter into jhana that way. So if you're a visual type, you can use colors if you like, or you can use the image of the Buddha. Or you can use the skeleton of your body. This is also another form of kammatthana. If you're the visual type, then just visual the 32 parts or the 10 corpses. You can also use that as a kammatthana.
So at one time I should only use one image, is it?
Yes, to make the mind become still, I think you need to have one image. If you keep changing, then the mind has to work in changing the images. So it cannot become still. It will become still when it's fixed only on one picture or only one image. Like watching your breath is just another form of watching. Also, but it's not visualizing. You can feel the breath. So you use feeling, you use contact as your object of your meditation, as your form of meditation. But the goal is to keep your mind busy with something in order to prevent it from thinking. That's the goal, that's the purpose. But if you're visualizing and you start thinking about lots of things, then this is useless. You must always make sure that you don't think about any other thing except the object of your concentration only.
So if I were to visualize, let's say, the image of the Buddha, will there be any sort of like, being dragged into the story? Is there any risk of that?
Well, it's up to you. That's why you have to keep watching your thought at the same time. If you start thinking, then you say, no, this is not the way to go. I'm here just to watch the image only. So you have to have a purpose. You have to tell yourself what are you going to do, and so you want to maintain that purpose. If you want to recite Bhutto Bhutto, that's your purpose, just to keep reciting Bhutto Bhutto, and not thinking about any other things.
Because if I recite Buddha, actually I can see the word Buddha flash in the mind. So that's why I'm thinking, but then if I'm supposed to focus on the hearts, I find that I can't pull it to the hearts. I can see the Buddha word flashing in the mind, that's all, but then it like keep on going, moving.
Just ignore what you see and just concentrate on the mantra alone. Because your mind is still distracted. Your mind still keep going back and forth between your mantra and the picture that appears. But this is normal when you start. The mind is still not concentrated enough yet, not focused enough yet. It keeps shifting back and forth. But try to stay with the main one. If you use the mantra, then stick to the mantra. And everything else, if you don't pay attention to them, then they will eventually disappear. When you become more concentrated, then you'll be with just one. Okay.
Okay, so I need to just test out and see which one works for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just use one and then ignore everything else that appears at the same time.
Okay. Thank you, Tanajan.
Okay. Mind from Bangkok.
สวัสดีค่ะ I don't have question today ค่ะ
No question, okay.
ค่ะ
Fine. Fine Lim from Malaysia. Fine Lim.
Good day to you, Ajaan. Yes, I have a question today on meditation practice. Yeah, it's like this. Sometimes after a long day, the body naturally feels tired. Maybe age is also catching up. So in order to meditate more effectively, like to sit longer, the body would naturally prefer having like a wall or something to lean on. Is having such preference in meditation considered as a desire, or it is the quality from the meditation itself that matters? Yeah.
Well, if you lean on something, it's easy for you to fall asleep. So we don't want to do that if it's possible. If you're really tired and you cannot really meditate, then just go lie down and rest first. After you have rested and you wake up, then maybe you might be able to do meditation later on.
All right. Yes.
That's why
that is very true.
It's difficult for working people to do much meditation because the mind is not, the mind has been busy thinking a lot, and the body has been also moving around a lot. So both the mind and body, the body becomes tired, but the mind still keeps thinking. So it's very difficult to meditate under such condition.
Yes.
But you should find the difference. If you're not working, on the day you're not working, then you'll find that your body is not as exhausted, and your mind you can pretty much control it all the time with mindfulness.
Right. Correct.
That's why to really succeed, you have to give up everything and become a professional meditator, which is becoming a monk or a nun.
True.
Otherwise, you'll just be an amateur practitioner. So you will not be able to compete in the major competition.
Yeah.
You can do amateur competition, but not professional competition.
Correct. True. All right. Yeah, I know what to do next is to focus more.
Just do whatever you can.
Yes.
At least try to do as much as you can, whether they're not doing anything at all.
Yeah.
Just do. If you feel tired, okay, take a rest first. And then when you wake up, then try to see you can do it then instead.
All right. That's all.
But you have to be firm against your laziness.
Yes.
You know, because sometimes when you go to sleep, even when you wake up, you say, "Oh, it feels so good." You don't want to get up and continue on sleeping, even though your body have rested.
Yeah.
So that's why you have to lie down on hard ground, not on soft ground, because when you lie on a cushion or mattress, it can be comfortable, and that it makes you don't want to get up even after your body has rested.
Right.
That's why keeping the precept will help support your meditation.
Yes, very true. Very true.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Ajaan.
All right. Philip from Malaysia.
Good evening, Ajaan. I hope you're doing well. I don't have any questions tonight. Just thankful listening in.
Okay. Next, Karen from San Jose, California.
Good morning, Tanajan. Good morning, everybody. I'm just glad to be here. You've actually answered my questions. I had a couple of questions, but I think I know what I need to do, and I won't take up unnecessary time. So, thank you.
Okay. As long as you know, that's good enough, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think I'm okay. Thank you.
All right. Let's do it now. Now you know. So now you know. So the next thing is to do it. Do what you know.
Yeah. It's just basically for me, it's when I know there's going to be a confrontation or a situation where I have to say no, if I'm going to disappoint someone, staying kind, because I fear, and if they start pressuring me, then I want to go, just stop, leave me alone. And so I'm learning how to I can just keep saying no very nicely. So that's kind of my goal. So I think you've put my mind into a frame of mind where I'm going to have to do that tomorrow, and I feel like I can do it now without a problem. So
okay. That's not what happens.
Yeah, that's the nutshell version. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Next, Gary from Singapore.
Good evening, Tanajan. Today, I'd like to refer to one of Tanajan's Dhamma books, Essential Teaching. I think somewhere in chapter 7, it was written that the Buddha once taught a lay person that seeing is merely seeing and hearing is merely hearing. And that lay person got enlightened. I'd like to ask, is that essential teaching about upekkha?
That's right. Just merely know. No need to react, because reacting can only cause the mind, can hurt the mind.
Okay.
Just leave everything alone. Don't get into other people's business. Leave other people's business. Leave other people's business alone. Fix your own business. By your business is to stay calm. Because when you're calm, you're safe, you're happy. When you get involved, then your mind can become agitated, restless, and stressful. That's the goal of meditation, Buddhist meditation, is to be able to just to be merely know things and don't do anything unless you find that you can use wisdom to decide. Then you can do that. If you should react, you should react with wisdom. Either react with metta, karuna, mudita, or ubekha. These are the 4 things that you can use to interact with people or things.
I see.
But normally, If it's something that is not your business, then it's better not react to them. Just leave them alone.
Okay, thank you for the teaching.
Okay. Belinda from Singapore.
Hello, Ajaan. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
As this question is related to Professor Kenneth. It's about reacting to people who lie to us, and then we react with anger. We feel angry when we get lied to, and then I realize actually it's not so much angry towards others. It's more angry towards the self for having to given trust. So and it's not about forgiving the others. It's about the ability to forgive myself. So I'm not sure how to reconcile this. I seek Ajaan's advice on this.
If you're not sure, how can I tell you what you're talking about?
It's like when we are angry with someone lied to us, and when we still harbor sadness, anger.
That's because you don't see the person as being anatta. You see that person as a person, someone you can deal with. But if you see that person as a work of nature, then you don't have to deal with it. You just let them be. If the wind blowing, do you want to deal with the wind? You want to stop the wind from blowing or not? You don't, right? Because you see, wind is the work of nature. But when you see people, you don't look at them as the work of nature, but they are. See? They are. What you see is just the working of the four elements, right? And what they say is one of the elements coming out of the mouth, which is the air element, right? The wind element. But you're so involved in the meaning of the sound that you forget the absolute truth, the real truth. You become immersed with the conventional truth. So you have to bring yourself out of that conventional truth and look at the bigger picture. And the bigger picture, according to the Buddha, is everything is the work of nature. Something that you cannot intervene. You just have to let it be. Perfect? Understand? Yes. Everything around your body is the work of nature, and you still want to control it, right? You still want to keep it pretty. You still want to dye your hair to make it dark. You don't want it white. You're resisting. You're trying to interfere with the work of nature, and you will end up with stress, frustration, because you cannot tell nature what to do. Nature has its own way of doing things. So try to look everything as the work of nature. Then you can, then you can leave everything alone. Your body one day will just dissolve into the four elements, right?
Yes.
So why try to do anything with it? Just maintaining it is good enough. Man. Just keep it going. That's all you need to do. That's within your ability to do. Keep it going. But there are things that are beyond your ability, then you just have to leave it alone. Then you won't have any stress concerning the body. Or anybody's body. Look at other people, as being the work of nature. Then you don't expect anything from them. Whether they're gonna be truthful or lying, that's their business. Your business is to to be clever enough to not to be deceived by them. So you must not trust anybody really. I mean, you can trust to a certain level, but you have to also warn yourself that your trust can be misplaced sometimes. But if you are forewarned, then when you find out that you've been deceived, you won't feel as bad because you know in the back of your mind, yeah. So now then you can be your trust can be misplaced. So this is what you should deal with everything. Everything is uncertain, impermanent. Their nature is all constantly changing. People can be trustworthy today, and tomorrow they can be something else. So you have to understand this is the work of nature. So don't rely on anything or anybody for anything. Then you will not be disappointed. Rely on yourself. The Buddha said, you are your own refuge. Atta hi atano nato. Rely on ubeka. Try to build up a lot of ubeka. Then you won't have to rely on anybody for your happiness. And if they cheat you, they lie to you, it won't hurt you because you don't expect anything from them anyway. So practice a lot of mindfulness and meditation. That's what you need to do. That's why we've been talking all the time about this thing. Every time we talk about this thing, but then you never do it. After you finish this meeting, you go back to the same old way that you used to do. Mindfulness from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep. You hear this a lot already until you can remember, but you still forget it. Once you can leave this room, you forget everything I said tonight. All right. Okay.
Thank you so much, Ajaan. Thank you.
Okay. Next, we have Wallace. Wallace, where are you from? Are you a monk?
Hello.
Where are you from?
I'm from Hong Kong.
From Hong Kong. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you a monk? A bhikkhu?
Yeah, I will. Actually, this is my first day to be a monk.
First day. Okay.
The first day.
Welcome to my world.
I will temporarily be a monk for 7 days.
For 7 days. Is that how you want to be? Just 7 days?
Yeah.
You think that's enough to become enlightened? 7 days? That's the purpose of becoming a monk, to become enlightened. And the Buddha said you can become enlightened in 7 days, 7 months, or 7 years. So you think you can do it in 7 days? Huh?
I think so.
Are you in Hong Kong right now?
I'm in Bangkok.
Bangkok. Okay. I see. So you have anything you would like to ask?
Today I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Why do you ordain only for 7 days?
Actually, the purpose to be a monk is I want to pray to my wife.
Your wife passed away?
No, my wife has cancer.
Or have cancer. So you want to help her cure her cancer by becoming a monk? Huh? You think that's possible?
Just want to pray to her.
Maybe there's a miracle or something. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, if you can make her cure her cancer, then everybody doesn't have to go to the hospital. Just as the partner to become a monk or a nun for 7 days.
Yeah.
Even the Buddha died, you know. Becoming a monk doesn't prevent oneself from dying or other people from dying.
Mm.
Even the Buddha had to die also.
Mm.
But anyway, if it makes you feel good, I'm all for it.
Mm.
I hope she get well soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Is that all?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we go to Sri and check. Then Canada, Vancouver.
Good evening, Ajaan.
Ajaan, your leg is swollen. Is it?
A little bit. I think it's a side effect from taking the vaccination, my third vaccination.
Oh.
Because I've been observing my body regularly. So I know all the normal activity that I do. And I didn't do anything different. But as soon as I had this vaccination, I had reaction. The first shot gave me corn on my toe. Then the second shot gave me something in my gum, a piece of something came out like a corn in my gum.
Oh.
And then the third shot gave me swollen feet, both feet.
Oh.
But it doesn't hurt me or cause any disability. So it's just something you have to learn to live with, I guess.
You can still go for the.
Yeah, I can walk, I can do Vindava, do my walking meditation and so forth. I can still move around. It's just a little bit swollen as well.
Oh, okay.
I hope it will go away after the effect of the vaccine disappear. Sooner or later.
You are so mindful that you know the effect of the
because
vaccine.
all these things never happened to me before in my life. So this only happened to me now after I took the vaccine. So all these three things, the corn, what you call the tissue sticking out of your toe, small. And then the second shot, I have a tissue sticking out of my gum, in my mouth. And the third one, the third shot gave me the swollen feet. So I don't know what way the fourth one will be like. I think maybe I have too much vaccine ready right now. Maybe I should wait. And maybe take a chance with COVID instead. Okay, any question?
Ajaan is the real professor in the room, just like Professor Kenneth was saying. I was thinking you are the professor of ultimate happiness, because nobody has the PhD of happiness.
Yeah, only the Buddha and his noble disciple.
Has the PhD of ultimate happiness. Nobody is teaching that subject.
Supreme happiness, supreme happiness, nibbana, supreme happiness, ultimate happiness. The happiness from having nothing, emptiness. Nibbanang palamang sunyam, nibbanang palamang sukham. By having nothing, you have the supreme happiness. By having something, you get supreme dukkha. Because whatever you have will cause you dukkha sooner or later, right?
That's true.
Okay, any question today for you?
Ajaan, when we either recite Buddha or focus on the breath, like anapanasati, at the same time, our mind is also guiding, like to see if there are any thoughts coming out.
Well, you have to be knowing whether you're just watching your breath or you're thinking at the same time.
Okay. So that's the knowing. That's the knowing that guiding like the mind, or either you're thinking or either you're focusing on your breath.
Yeah.
Um,
If you're focused on your thinking, then you should shift it back to focus on your breathing instead, or on your mantra. You cannot stop thinking right away when you start meditating, but you can guide your concentration on just the object of your concentration, which is your breath or your mantra, and disregard the other thoughts that might be thinking in tandem.
Oh, okay. And then the moment we know that our mind shift away, that's the knowing.
Yeah, then you should bring it back.
Yeah.
Bring it back to your breath or your mantra.
Great. Okay.
You should stay fixed with just the mantra or the breath. Then it will eventually make the mind to become still. Stop thinking completely.
Mm.
Then you'll find peace and happiness that you have never seen before in your life. It's right here in yourself. You don't have to go all over the world looking for it.
Yeah.
It's here now, waiting for you to make it happen. Turn on the switch. That's what you have to look for, is a switch, how to turn this on. And the switch is to stop thinking.
Yeah, okay. And then Ajahn, along the way, when our mind more and more concentrated, that piti and sukha is just a byproduct.
Yeah, they're part of the, sometimes after a while, after you've been doing it for a while, maybe they don't come up at all. Or if they come up, they're not as profound as like the first time.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Ajahn.
All right. Ubeka Alfredo from Brazil.
Hi, Bante.
Are you still Ubeka? You still
Yes.
Equanimity?
Yes, practicing.
Okay.
any no, normal.
Normal.
I'm sick now. I'm a teeth pain.
Again? I thought last time we had it fixed.
Yes. My dentist is sick now. Labyrinthitis.
Anicca. Your dentist is
Yes.
Anicca. So.
Yes. I thought with him, and he said attend me tomorrow.
Okay.
Receive me tomorrow.
So you should use your Ubeka to live with your pain, your toothache.
Yes. Now I am not do things, not do exercise and dancing. I am more calm. I'm waiting for my dentist. He get off the teeth.
Okay.
Is a ball here. So my dentist is get off the teeth to try the ball. I don't know, but many yogs in practice yoga, or many yogs to meditation a lot. And I heard about yogs that some yogs have success and some yogs not have success. What the difference? And yogs that have enlightenment and yogs that not have enlightenments. Yogs that not have enlightenments meditate a lot but not have success. Yogs that have what the system of persons have meditate a lot in life.
What do you mean by yogs?
Yogs is a person that meditate a lot.
Oh. Then what?
In forest, persons that the life is only meditation.
Okay.
The Ajaan Lien, a big Buddhist, a big professor, teacher of Buddhist, said on in Dhamma talk, né, that many yogs that meditate a lot not have success in enlightenment because wisdom is not rich, only meditation. What's the problem with wisdom?
They don't know. They don't know.
In only meditation.
They don't know how to develop wisdom. See. Some people think that just meditate and develop wisdom will come automatically. So the wisdom never came. You have to use contemplation. You have to use investigation to study, to be able to get wisdom. Wisdom doesn't come automatically with calm meditation. You only get ubeka from calm meditation, but you don't see the three characteristics from calm meditation. You have to teach the mind this, that everything that exists, all have these three characteristics of existence.
Yes.
So if you only meditate and you don't do any study and no contemplation, no investigation or analysis, then you won't get wisdom. You only get ubeka. But ubeka is the temporary from your meditation. When you come out of your meditation, your ubeka can disappear.
Yes.
But if you have wisdom, your wisdom will then keep your ubeka permanent all the time.
Yes. It's a middle way, né, Bante? And wisdom and
yes.
samadhi.
Yes, it's part of the middle way. It's the Noble Eightfold Path. Samma Samadhi and Samma Chitti, Samma Sankapo. This is wisdom.
Samadhi, Samma Sankapo. Yes, Bante.
Okay.
Okay. I like a lot. I like a lot Samadhi and Samma Sankapo and Samma Samadhi too.
Yeah.
And I think the both is very important, né, Bante?
Yes.
Not have only, the both is important.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But you have to do Samma Samadhi first, Samma Sati first to get.
Yes.
Once you have ubeka, then you can then start on Samma Chitti and Samma Sankapo.
Yes. Samavayama, né, Bante? Effort.
Yeah, effort is the one that pushing these two, pushing your mindfulness, pushing your samadhi, pushing your Samma Chitti, Samma Sankapo. If you have no Samma Vayamo, you'll be sleeping instead of practicing.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Bante.
All right. I hope your tooth get well soon.
Oh, thanks. my body is 57, Bante.
Yeah, 57-year-old, huh? Still young.
57 years old. My body is bad.
We all have to go. We all have to go anyway, sooner or later. So don't worry too much about it.
Yes.
If you can fix it, fix it. If you cannot fix it, then just let it be.
Yes. It's better have more age, né, but it's more experience, né? more camas. We have to. We already passed, né, Bante?
Okay. All right. Fine. Let me go to your countryman, Alexandra, also Brazilian, right? Alexandra, you used to be from Brazil, right?
Yes. I was born in Brazil, and like as I told you, I don't know if I come to Brazil. Sometimes I feel from there because Brazil is like a continent. We have many cultures inside. In the north, we sleep in hangmak. Therefore, I am inside a hangmak, and travel with ship, with boats, sleeping because travels are 3-4 days. We sleep in hangmak. Completely another culture, another approach, but one language. Yeah, I'm Brazilian. I am in Holland also. You have different regions and different approach. Well, I am Alex here. I'm Alex, and but I am giving it all away. So my past I'm not so interested because I have enormous curricula. So wherever I go, my mind go. My sankara start easy, but burning up, and then well, I had a lot of samadhis this week, and that's the progress. And I decided to let it go because I'm only interested in meditation. So I meditate, and now I can master samadhi. So, and I noticed that on the highest I could get, I could separate also to stop my body start to swallow, and I just let it go, and it stopped by itself. My pain also is no more pain. So it's for me is a good news that I start to understand, and also that I'm not this this memory, this thoughts, this all this not material elements, you know, the five the five now it's I'm not by together the names, but
the 5 khandhas.
Yeah, the 5 khandhas. And I start to just meditate, and I live in a big trouble place, Holland. It's very good with material. We have everything, but further it's a very difficult place for a foreigner to be, especially these times. And I just close my door, and whatever the people is, the world is outside, and I'm here, and the only way I have to be happy, and I am, is by meditating. So I do meditate. I find a way now that I don't have more pain. So I can do for 1 hour 20 minutes, 1 hour 45 minutes, depends. But mostly I walk just once in the day, but the rest I sit and meditate. I sit here in the hangmak. Then I have no more much pain, and I put the feet together like all the position from meditation. You know, you put the 2 feet together, because when I crossed it later, I start to have a problem in the joint of my knee, and that start to also push a pain in the sciatic nerve. So I solved it. No more pain, only how to say, yeah, happiness by to feel confident, by understanding the wisdom is by experience. When you separate the body from the mind, and you know you can do this, well, not whenever I want, because I will need some all day on meditation, and then I get there. So that's the way to the jhanas, to the fourth
Yes.
jhana.
Yes, just to stay mindful, stop thinking.
Yeah. I noticed this the samadhis, they help you during the day to I'm more aware when my mind go somewhere else than what I'm doing. So
That's right. You're more alert, you're more aware of what's going on within yourself. And you can then stop things that is bad for you if they come up. Like your defilements.
Defilements come together, other phenomena who don't like me. The people who like me bring me happiness. The people who for somehow don't get what they want get sad. But then I see it as a phenomena, and I see myself as a phenomena. So there is nobody. I don't feel nobody. So I don't blame them because there is no them. You know, I don't blame myself because otherwise,
no self.
Yeah. So
it's all action. It's all mental action.
Yeah, mental action. It's I don't know if it is electricity, what it is, but just like pain, huh? The thought is a phenomenon like pain.
Yeah.
It can, yeah.
It's work of nature. It's like the thunder, like the rain, the storm.
Yeah. I realize it, but with the support from samadhi.
Okay.
And also the happiness, I have to control a little bit, otherwise I'm too happy.
Okay. All right, you have anything else to say? Any question?
No, just thank you for the all teachings. The last send from you was fantastic in Sunday. Because I was having this experience, and then it was a very nice coincidence to the send was lots about samadhi. Thank you very much, teacher.
Okay.
Thank you.
I have to move on because we only have half an hour more. So next, Diana. You're not Diana, but where are you from?
Greetings, Tanjan. I'm from Wales in the UK.
Okay. Can I help you? Can I help you?
I was wondering, when I'm a beginner at meditating and I tend to meditate with my eyes shut, do you think I should meditate with my eyes open?
No, you should shut your eyes because you want to bring your mind inside. You don't want to send it outside. So you have to close your eyes and focus on your meditation object. This will bring your mind inside, away from the body eventually. The mind and the body are two separate entities, but right now they're connected by the mind's action, the mind thinking. When you stop thinking, then the mind will withdraw from the body. And you'll realize that the mind and the body are two separate things. Right now they seem to be one thing, the same thing, but they are not. When you calm your mind, your body will disappear from your consciousness. And all you have left is just the mind alone by itself.
Thank you, Tanajan.
How long have you been doing this?
Maybe a few years, but maybe not consistently. So I try every day, but I don't always manage every day.
What do you use as your teacher, or your guidance, your guide?
Mainly through books.
Books.
Yes. I don't have a teacher. I follow you on social media and books from different teachers.
Are they all from the same Theravada tradition, or they're also from
No, I think I first read mainly books from the Dalai Lama, but then I've read different books as well.
You find it useful? I mean,
Yeah.
Does it make you feel happier mentally?
Yeah, much calmer, able to manage life.
Yeah.
I love to, I find the concepts of impermanence and meditating on death really helpful, that we don't, the things that we suffer are impermanent, and
It's our attachment to them that causes us suffering. If
Yeah.
we don't cling to them, then they won't cause us any suffering.
yes, it's still hard. I have children, grown up children, and I worry a lot about them. So I find that hard sometimes if they do things that I worry about. But that's
Yeah.
like
You have to constantly remind yourself that they are also impermanent.
yes,
And
and they
they-
have their own karma to
That's
travel.
right. That's right. You just do your job as raising them. But once they're grown up, then it's up to them to look
Yes.
after themselves.
Yes. So I really appreciate your teaching. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. That's all for today, right? Okay.
Thank you.
Next, Julia from Colorado, USA. Haven't seen you for a few weeks. You have moved. Look like the room is a different
Yes.
room now.
สวัสดีค่ะท่านอาจารย์
สวัสดี
สวัสดีค่ะ is it Songkran? Is it the water?
Yeah, just passed a week ago. It started from the 13 to the 15, 13, 14, and 15. 3 days festival.
Oh, 3 days.
But this year they prohibit using the water because they don't want people to get too close to each other because of the COVID. So how's your new place? Is this your home or your new place?
No. This is temporary. Everything is temporary, but this is very temporary. It's from a lady in my sangha, a little tiny place. So I'm back in my town. It's 1 hour north from where the cabin where I was practicing. And
Is it about as quiet?
no.
No, not quiet.
It's like there are 6,000 people in this town, but the demography, it's changing so that tourists are coming and the prices are increasing. So the rent for apartments also is increasing. And so this little place belongs to a lady in my sangha. And so I'm happy to be in my town, but my priorities in life now seem different than the priorities of my friends and some of the people in my community. So but every time I think of a question, Ajaan answers it already.
We all have the same problem. We all have the same problem. Dukkha is the problem.
Dukkha. Yeah. So, yeah.
Attachment, cravings, these are our problems. And we have to solve it with meditation and wisdom.
Yeah.
Okay. How long you will be staying in this place?
It's uncertain.
Uncertain. Anicca.
In the Thai, do they say my name? My name.
My name.
My name. My name. Okay.
Don't you have a place of your own?
I did, but I gave it up to go to the meditation cabin.
I see. So now you don't have a
Yeah.
place of your own.
Yeah, so now I don't know what will be
Your next place.
yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
You'll be like a wandering monk.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay. How's your practice? Okay. Coming along okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mindful, calm, ubeka.
So sometimes calm and sometimes things arising, and then sometimes the awareness itself. And so just being I think maybe exploring to see if maybe in the cabin, in the retreat cabin, I thought that the calm, the smooth, the silky mind, the fluid mind was more how things would stay after I came back. But also now there's activity in the mind. So looking to see if there's preference, like do I have the bias about the calm or the active mind. And then when I realized that those are both states of mind, then I can touch the consciousness with the awareness, and then there's no problem. But sometimes I forget. Yeah.
Yeah, you should treat them all as anicca and anatta.
Oh.
Yeah, they come and go, they rise and cease. They are work of nature.
Okay.
Don't pay attention to them. Use the mantra to bring your mind back. Beside Bhutto,
Okay.
Bhutto, Bhutto. And everything that appears will disappear eventually.
Ajaan, could you repeat the mantra, please?
Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto.
Oh, Bhutto, Bhutto. Okay. Cool.
Or any word you like, Bhutto, Dhammo, Sangho. Just see, this is our mental fabrication that you see. So once you start reciting the mantra, then you will start the mental fabrication. And everything that appears will then disappear. They are like illusion. They are illusion. They're not real. It's a waste of time to pay attention to them. What you want is emptiness. Emptiness is the real thing. How can you say it's a thing when it's empty, right? But that's it. See. If you get to emptiness, then emptiness never hurts you. But other thing can hurt you, can hurt your mind.
Sunyang paramang sukhang.
That's right. Nibbānang paramang sunyang.
Paramang sunyang. Okay.
The ultimate emptiness of sleep.
Okay.
The supreme emptiness is the supreme happiness. That's the mind that is empty of everything.
Okay.
So try to empty your mind, make your mind empty. Don't let any mental fabrication arise. If they should, you should stop them with mindfulness, with mantra. Okay?
Okay. Okay,
Alright.
Ajahn. Okay.
Hope you can stay in this place for a long time.
Thank you, Ajahn. Okay.
Alright, see you next time.
Okay.
Next, Lily. Where are you from, Lily? Singapore?
Hello. สวัสดีค่ะ
Oh,
Good evening.
From Thailand. From evening.
ค่ะค่ะ
From Sriracha.
ศรีราชาค่ะ
Sriracha.
Just want to say hello and pay respect to you ค่ะ and listen to the good teaching. Yeah.
Alright.
I just heard that Pajan got some abnormal sick
Not
after
really,
vaccination.
just a little bit. My feet became swollen.
Okay.
That's
So
all,
I
right?
wish you getting better soon.
It
Get
doesn't
well
hurt
soon
or
ค่ะ
anything like that. Okay.
ค่ะค่ะสวัสดีค่ะ nothing
Okay.
สวัสดีค่ะ
Next, Visaya, also from Thailand. Visaya.
Good evening, Ajahn. Hi,
Any
can you hear?
question? Yes. Any question?
Yes, I have. I heard you from Dr.V channel last week that you said you compare with when the Buddha look out for someone who can understand his Dhamma, like the entrepreneur look for the customer, right?
Yes.
And I have a student, and I found that my students sometimes they're naughty and they don't concentrate with my class, and how to consider I think I think I have maybe some class I have to cancel if I have to consider who is suitable for the class. Is it okay for as a teacher? If,
What do you want to know?
I want to know that as a teacher, can I cancel some class that I think students that they are naughty or not concentrate in the class?
What do you mean by cancel? Don't teach the students?
Yes.
Well, it depends on whether you can do it or not. If you work for the school, you cannot cancel this. You cannot just not teach the student. You just teach and you just leave it. Don't expect anything from them. That's all.
But I work as a tutor.
Okay.
Can I consider to cancel or?
Yes, you can. You can tell them that if you don't want to study, then it's a waste of time, my time and your time.
Okay. Okay, I got it. And I think that's all for today.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
Let me move on. We have 20 minutes left. Alvin Lee next from Malaysia.
Good evening, Tan Ajaan. Tan Ajaan, regarding this, one question that I have is regarding this wisdom develop samadhi. Once you have achieved the fourth jhana upeka, and when you get out from there, you go back contemplating on the anicca, anatta, dukkha, right?
Yes, if you want to turn your ubeka from samadhi to become permanent, then you have to get rid of all your cravings. Because when you start to crave for something, you will lose ubeka right away. So as soon as you start to crave, then you have to apply the wisdom on the object of your craving. Now, if you want to see something, and you have to say, seeing this thing can give you just a temporary happiness. And when it's gone, it can leave you empty again. So it's better not to go after this thing if they are anicca.
You start off with wisdom, you go to samadhi and reach the upeka and go back to wisdom.
Right? No, you start with mindfulness to get to upeka. This is the normal way. But occasionally, if you cannot use wisdom, if you cannot use mindfulness, then if you can use wisdom under that situation and bring the mind to ubeka, that is also another way, because wisdom develops samadhi. But this is only exceptional ones. But normally you just use mindfulness, like anapanasati or something. But sometimes your mind is so concerned with something else that you cannot concentrate on the breath. And you might have to use wisdom to bring the mind back to calm enough to watch your breath again. Like you worry about someone getting sick and there's nothing you can do about it. And you use like Professor Kenneth, you apply the law of karma. Then your mind will then let go of that person and not worry about that person. And then you can then come back and concentrate on your object of meditation, whichever it is. But usually it doesn't bring you into jhana. It just brings you back to the point where you can to where you can concentrate on your meditation. Okay.
Thanks.
But another way of wisdom is to develop it after you have ubeka for mindfulness. Yes. If you want to keep the ubeka, maintain ubeka, you have to get rid of the craving when they come up. Because as soon as the craving comes up, it can destroy the ubeka that you have. So
that is a more common way, right? It's a normal way.
This is the way of becoming enlightened, right? If you attach to the five khandhas, you pray for the five khandhas, you have to investigate the nature of the five khandhas as being anicca, dukkha, anatta, until you can let go of your attachment to the five khandhas. Then your dukkha arising from your attachment to the five khandhas will be completely eliminated. And you have ubeka on a permanent basis on that level, on the Sotapanna level. Okay. Joko Bumilang, are you from Malaysia or Indonesia?
ขอบคุณนะครับอาจารย์I come from Indonesia อาจารย์
Okay, any questions?
I have two questions อาจารย์ The first in Karanyametta Sutta, Buddha state that we should not be too over busy what do Buddha mean by this, Ajahn? Since as I am a working person, so I still think that I have to have a productive day every day, not procrastinating. So I have a list to do of my everyday. This is my first question, Ajahn.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not expert on this sutta, so I cannot really say anything about it.
Okay. Then my second question. So relating to the first, so sometimes when I am too busy, I can lose my control of emotion, so I can easily get mad inside my mind, and then I do not directly make it into action, but I have already think to reprimand or to scold on someone, and there are some other condition where I can have this loss of control of my emotion. Although I have learned how to get back to the breath, is this because of lack of practice, Ajahn, or can
That's right. You have to practice more mindfulness. Like you have to learn to recite a mantra. So as soon as you become emotional, then you can start reciting the mantra. Excuse me.
I see. I sometimes can handle some situations by my understanding about the karma. So when someone probably say something bad about me, usually I can easily get mad, but because I understand about karma, and then I know that this is the causes from the past life, so I can accept that, and I can calm myself and not easily get mad. But the condition that I just did just now, I still have to practice more on pay attention to my emotion, and probably if I have to practice more, how do you do you have any advice to me, Jan? Should I just be silent and not react too much to my own emotion at certain situation like that?
Yes, if you can remain silent, that's the best way. Don't react to anything. Just stay calm. If you not stay calm, keep recite the mantra until your mind becomes calm. The mantra can calm your mind if you use it. But if you do not use it, then your mind will not be calm. Okay?
I see. Oh, okay, Ajahn.
Right.
I understand. Thank you, Ajahn.
Next, Nantawan. Nantawan, where are you from? Or you just turn off the video. Turn on the camera. Okay.
กราบนมัสการพระอาจารย์ค่ะ
Okay. Where are you from?
I'm from Thailand, from Phang Nga ค่ะ
From Phang Nga, near Phuket. Okay.
I just have a quick question for tonight. I just would like to ask you that about the status of Bhikkhuni and Ubasika. As in my understanding now, Ubasika or Meshi, but when I try to explain to my international friends who come from India, UK, and China, it's like by their understanding, I am Bhikkhuni, but in Thailand, as we have understanding Epiphany is just need to wear the สีกลับ uniform is not white color at all.
Hello.
So this is the question, that's how can I explain to my friends from many countries outside Thailand about my status right now? Because when I'm trying to explain them that I am Mechi, and they try to explain to Anand, and somebody said Anand is just for Christian, it's not for Buddhist as well.
See, in Thailand or in the Theravada tradition, the community of Bhikshuni or women monks no longer exists. So for women who wants to be ordained, they can only ordain as a mechi, which is really an upasika, keeping the 8 or the 10 precepts. They cannot ordain themselves and keep the 330 something precepts. In order to become a Bhikshuni, you need to have a Bhikshuni Sangha ordained and also confirmed by the Bhikkhu Sangha, which can no longer happen. So if you want to become an ordainee as a woman, you can shave your head and put on white robes and then keep the 8 or the 10 precepts. And you are called the Machi in Thai, which is the same, almost the same as being a Bhikshuni. No, not much different. The goal is not to be a Machi or be Bhikshuni. The goal is to become enlightened, to get to Nibbana. So it doesn't matter how you get to Nibbana. You can get to Nibbana being a Machi. You can also get to Nibbana being a Bhikshuni. So it just depends on the situation. If you can become a Bhikshuni, then become a Bhikshuni. If you cannot, you can only become a Mechi, just be a Mechi and keep practice the triple training, morality, samadhi, and wisdom. And you will get to Nibbana the same, either whether you're Mechi or Bhikshuni. Is this clear enough? Okay. Next. I think that's about it. We have Buddhika. Where are you from?
I'm from Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka, okay. Can I help you?
Yes, I have a question. At my meditation I'm doing, I can feel the rising and the falling moments of the abdomen now. I just can observe the thoughts. Thoughts are not coming like, it's just like not mine. It's not attached to mine anymore that they are before.
Do you have sound in the background? Can you somehow quiet it in the background? Did you turn some? We have some background noise. I'm not sure it's from you or not.
Oh, okay. Okay, can you switch off for a moment?
Okay, can you repeat the question again, please?
I have not feeling the rising and the falling moments of the abdomen now.
You're watching feelings when you meditate. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, watching feelings. Now it's not, thoughts not coming attached like mine. It's not creating thoughts like mine. It's just that thoughts coming. It's not like before.
When you meditate, you want to stop thinking. See, that's the goal of meditation. Because you want to still your mind. In order for your mind to be still and calm, peaceful and happy, you have to stop thinking.
It's I can say it's coming on its own.
What comes on its own? The
Thoughts.
The thought, yes, you have to stop them by concentrating on something like your breathing and your breath.
Yeah, the breath can't felt.
Keep watching your breath and ignore your thoughts. Eventually, your thoughts will disappear. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Ajahn.
All right. I think that's about it for the question in the room. So, do we have any questions from Facebook or YouTube?
Yes, we have 3 questions this evening so far.
Okay.
Okay, the first question is from Terry Shi. Dear Ajaan, if during good times with companion, if a person made a promise to care for them during their old age, but now that the thought of renunciation is stronger, and when he's preparing himself towards the path, is this promise then now considered as lying to them?
I guess so. You say something and you cannot do it, then you are lying.
The next question is from the multiversal unity. Dear Ajaan, how do we witness or clearly understand and detach the mind from the reverie, which means the state of being pleasantly lost in one's thought, or the subconsciousness?
You have to have mindfulness. If you seem to be lost in your reverie, then you should start reciting the mantra, Bhutto, Bhutto.
And the last question is from Mr. Al Rock. What is the name of the vaccine that you got, Ajaan?
AstraZeneca. Okay. But I'm not blaming them. It's just my observation. I could be wrong, so don't use this information to, I could be accused of defamation or something. I don't know. But it's just my personal observation. That's all. But it doesn't bother me. It doesn't hurt the body. Other function, the body still functions normally. It just have some side effect.
That's it, Ka.
Some note, extending out of your toe, and out of your gum, and swollen feet. These are the results that I observed. After I take the vaccine for about 1 month. It came after 1 month. The first shot after about 1 month. The second shot the same way. And the third shot also the same way, after 1 month. And this thing never happened before I took the vaccination. In my life, I never had this condition before. So I assume that it's probably from the vaccination. Okay? Don't worry, okay? The body is something that you cannot control. It's a work of nature. Okay? So if nature wants it to happen, it happens. If nature wants to take this body, it will take this body one day, sooner or later. So just be prepared. You and the mind, you with the mind. You don't go with the body. You stay with the mind. So just stay calm by letting go. Then you will not be hurt by whatever happens to your body. Okay, I think that's about it for tonight. It's 10 o'clock, 1 more minute before 10. So thank you very much for joining this meeting. I hope it is of some benefit to you and help you advance in your practice. In the meantime, please stay safe, stay calm, stay mindful. And if all goes well, I'll see you again next week at the same time. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you so much, Ajahn.
Thank
Bye, everyone.
Everybody, bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye. Thank you, Amy. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.